Hi everyone, welcome to Life Joyfully Done. I'm Jen, and today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable, inexpensive shadow box with a little bit of Disney magic. This was super inexpensive to make because a lot of the items that I used are from the Dollar Tree. Now, this video is part of a collaboration that was put together by Lena over at the Hall Family Adventures, and it is called Christmas in July. I also want to mention that this was inspired by a video that I watched on one of my very favorite channels, Dream It DIY. I will link that video down in the description, as well as everybody that is participating in this collaboration. Now let's go ahead and get into making this project. Alright, so let's start with the items that I picked up from the Dollar Tree last season. This is just a little sign that they had. And we're going to use this side because it's kind of like a little shadow box. And you could paint this if you would like to. I'm going to leave it just as is because I'm going to put the paper right in here, and I'm okay with the color of the sides simply because it goes with the color scheme we're doing, but you can paint it if you would like. We also have these right here. Not sure if I'm going to end up using them, but I have them just in case. We have a bow, which I've already dismantled a little bit because we're going to put something else in the middle of that. And then we have this weather strip seal, and this is an amazing deal for $1. I use this to separate the different layers of my shadow boxes, and it also works well to pop off your different elements from the background. All right, these next items came from either Michael's or Joann's, and I'm pretty sure this was a Michael's item because I feel like I got it in one of their really awesome grab bags. It is from the floral section, but I believe it was in a grab bag that was just $5 for a ton of stuff. So always look for those grab bags, they're great deals. This item was also in that bag, and it's just a really cute little ornament that I think I'm going to trim that off and put her in the box, but we will see. Then I have this scrap piece of felt with my pattern here that I'm going to make some Mickey ears for our teddy bear because, you know, gotta always add a little bit of Disney magic to your crafts. And then we also have these really beautiful poinsettia, fake poinsettia flowers that we're going to use on our bow. And then last but not least, I almost forgot the base paper here. I have this pattern paper that I'm going to use as the background on our shadow box. This burlap paper, I'm pretty positive was Michael's as well. It's super sturdy and really easy to cut on the Cricut if you're gonna do that. Also some shiny glitter cardstock. And as I mentioned, I did use my Cricut to cut out the joy for this project, but you don't have to do that. You could trace it yourself and cut it out with scissors. You're also going to want some ribbon for the border of your shadow box. I just have this red, somewhat sparkly ribbon that we're going to use, and it is a little too thick, so we're going to have to end up folding it in half and gluing it to be the proper size. You are also going to need some regular scissors, some fabric scissors, some hot glue, and of course a hot glue gun, some Mod Podge, or whatever glue you like to use on paper, and then a paintbrush to apply said glue. The last thing you're gonna need is a paper cutter of some sort, or you can use your Cricut. We're gonna use the paper cutter once we've measured the dimensions of our shadow box, and then we'll use this to cut it out so it is as exact as possible so that the paper lays flat inside of your shadow box. I've measured the inside of my shadow box, and it is 5.5 by 7.5. So I'm going to go ahead and take my paper here that I want to use for the background and go ahead and cut that. Look at that, guys. Perfect. All right, so now we're gonna get that out of there now that we know it fits well, and we're gonna go ahead and put some Mod Podge on the back of this shadow box. All right, we've filled the back of this with all the Mod Podge, and we're gonna go ahead and lay our paper down. I like to put it on the shadow box rather than the paper, just because the paper gets a little, I don't know, it could tear a lot easier if you do it on the paper rather than the shadow box. And I prefer to do it this way. All right, so you're just gonna smooth it down. If you have one of those scrapers from your Cricut tools, you could use that. Mine's downstairs and I'm too lazy to go get it. There it is, guys. Right in place. We're gonna go ahead and put a layer of Mod Podge on top of that. Try not to put it on too thick because some paper will end up ripping or bubbling. As you can see, I'm already having that issue. All right, while that's drying, we're gonna go ahead and dress up our bow here. I have the fake poinsettia flowers, and we're just gonna take one off of here and wrap it around the center of the bow. I think that will dress it up quite nicely and look really cute. We'll fiddle with it a little bit when we're getting ready to actually put it on the shadow box, but for now, I think it looks good. All right, let's also go ahead and cut the wire off of our bear here since we're not gonna need that. Now, you don't have to use something exactly like this, just anything that you think would look cute inside of your shadow box. It could be a Santa Claus, it could be, you know, actual Disney items, whatever you want to use. And I'm gonna go ahead and just use these metal snips to cut that off the end of our teddy bear. There we go. And now we can see how he looks in the shadow box. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so cute. But we can't put him in quite yet because we've got to add his little Mickey ears to his Santa hat. All right, so I've got my pattern and my felt, and we're gonna go ahead and just cut this out with our fabric scissors. All right, now that we've got them done, let's go ahead and glue them on to our teddy bear. I'm gonna go ahead and move this so we don't get any hot glue on our shadow box. All right, I think that looks pretty good. If you have a Cricut, you could use an Etsy pattern or make one of your own and cut out the word joy. I decided to give my joy a little more depth and add some of the burlap paper. I used the slice tool to cut a little portion out of each of the letters to really make that Mickey head pop. What do you guys think? Does it look good? Go ahead and hit that like button if you agree. We're gonna go ahead and assemble this using some hot glue, and then by that time, our shadow box paper should be dry. All right, there we have it. I think it looks pretty great. All right, each of our elements have been assembled, and now we are ready to assemble our shadow box. Next, we're gonna go ahead and cut off a little bit of our weather stripping so that we can give our joy a little bit more depth in this shadow box. I'm gonna test it out and see if that is enough height for what we're trying to accomplish. If it is not, we'll just add another layer of the weather stripping. I like it right there. All right, friends, there you have it. Here is our Christmas in July craft. I would say this craft cost me less than $10 to make. I hope this video inspired you to go ahead and pick up some supplies and make a shadow box of your own. If it did, please give this video a big thumbs up. Also, once you're finished with your project, please pop over to Instagram and tag us with a photo of your finished project. We would love to see it. If you enjoy content like this, we're actually having a Christmas in July box swap that will be airing tomorrow. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you are alerted every time we post more joyful content. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!